Hi guys, welcome to the session. Every one of you, I hope your paper went absolutely fantastic. Guys, can you hear? Can I hear from you that how your paper went? How was your paper? Was it good, bad, okay types, or how was it? I'm still sort of waiting for your responses. It was good. That's amazing. Good to hear. Fine. Not good. Okay, Nihit. All right. And how do you find the question paper was easy or tough or of average difficulty level? What are your suggestions? Okay, Pradeep. Best, easiest. Very good. I'm getting the responses. The responses are a little delayed, but yes, fine, but lengthy and confusing. Okay, Sahil. Tough, great, good. Okay. Average. Okay. Fine enough. Tricky. Okay. We have also sort of most of us are saying that it's basically average kind of paper, and comparatively it's on easier front. So today we will be discussing about set 2. Is that okay? Set 2. So set 2, which is like Delhi set 2. Okay. So over here, I hope we all know about question paper design. We in total had 30 marks, 30 questions, which were of 80 marks. Just a moment. Right? And the internal choices have been increased. So there were 4 extra questions from the previous one, isn't it? 4 extra questions from the previous one in the internal choices. Other things were almost the same as the previous one. Okay. If I talk about the pattern doesn't have any change as such. It just had 4 extra questions on internal choices in VSA and SA1, which are being added. Right? Will not answer all sets. Obviously, no, we will not be discussing all the sets. I'll just be discussing set 2 as of now over here, but most of the questions are the same. Set 1, 2, 3, the number of questions that were different were approximately 7 or 8, right? So most of the questions will be similar to the questions which you would have sort of attempted. However, there would be few questions on different lines, which probably we can discuss afterwards. Okay, so as far as pattern is concerned, this is the only change, no major change as such. Difficulty level, in my opinion, the entire paper was kindly easy, right? It is of optimum length. None of the questions had a lot of, your lengthy questions. They were not very lengthy questions, except a very few questions in 4 markers. Right. Most of the questions were based on NCERT content, as you would have sort of seen that. 5 exact questions were exactly same as in the NCERT. 5 questions were exactly same as it was in NCERT. How we have actually helped out in this is many similar questions were already there being posted and addressed in Ask and Answer forum. Merit Nation experts have covered that. Right. We have also covered many questions on YouTube sessions. Same questions appeared in the boards. 25% of the question paper was from the set. 25% of the paper was from the set of top 100 questions. This set we have given you. So anyways, this was a very basic bit of whatever the stuff is about the paper. In my opinion, if I talk about the difficulty level, easy, medium, and difficult, 51 marks were kind of easy questions, 21-mark questions were difficult level, and 8 were kind of difficult in terms of lengthy, I would say, not in terms of concept. Difficult in terms of lengthy. The 8 marks questions, 2 questions of 4 marks were basically a little bit lengthy in terms of attempting. So this is the pie chart representing the same bit over there. Okay. And Ramjot will let me cover this up probably. If time is left, I'll see if set 1 questions could also be taken somehow. Okay. If I compare it with the previous year papers in 2017, the easier number was 39% on an average, 53 were average, and 8% were difficult. Over here, 63%, 37%, and now it's 64%, 26%, and 10%. So almost you can say that the easier part has been increased drastically, right? Average number of questions have reduced. The questions of average level have been reduced. The questions on the difficult level is slightly on a higher end. 2 questions with the difficult ones. Okay. So let's get started with the paper analysis, guys. fast. Section A, which is of 1 mark. 1 mark questions were there. 1 mark questions were there. So the first question, the easiest question of the the entire paper, you just need to apply the midpoint formula. I hope this question was clear to all of us. Look, 1 mark questions were kind of framed differently. That's what I've observed. 1 marker questions were framed differently. These are not regular questions. However, the questions were simple. They were not that tough. So over here, you need to find out the value of A and B. You will directly do. You'll apply the midpoint formula. Once you apply the midpoint formula, you will be able to get this as the equation. After that, you will have the value of A as -7 and the value of B as 0. That will give you the coordinates of point A, -7, 0. Simple. I'm solving, again, I'll repeat, I'm solving set 2. Set 2. Okay, I'm discussing set 2. But most of the questions will be same. Look, set 1 and set 1. This is what we're going to be discussing. Set 1 and set 3 has 8 different questions. That's it. Just 8 different questions. So most of the questions you will find over here. Okay. All right. So this is bit. The second question, find the irrational, simplest question of the paper again. So root 2 and root 3, you know the values of root 2 is 1.414 and root 3 is 1.732. You will figure out one number. 1.5 is one of the numbers, which is basically a rational number, 3 by 2, right? A very simple question. Again, guys, I hope you have not wasted time in writing much in 1 mark questions. You directly can write down the answer. You get the marks for the answer in 1 mark questions. There is no point explaining the story to the extreme level, which you can sort of waste time in. Okay, let's see. The third one, how many numbers, how many 2-digit numbers are divisible by 3? This was one of the questions. Again, a simple question, not that tough. So you will just find out the first, your number, the last number. It will become an arithmetic progression like this. You will take the arithmetic progressions formula over here, and you will be able to analyze and get the value of n, which is 30. So this was also a simple question, a direct application of the nth term formula. Fourth question, this it is Delhi set 2. Yes, it is Digvijay. It's Delhi set 2, not all India 1. Yes, because that's what we sort of can get in Delhi. So over here, this question was again an easy question. Tan 2a is equal to cot a minus 24. We just need to apply the complementary formula over here, the complementary angle formula. We'll convert cot to tan, and then we'll compare the angles over here. We'll compare these two angles and get the value of A. The answer came out to be 38. 38. Okay. Hopefully these questions were simple questions, so we can sort of run through them fast. This was again a simple question. You just need to apply the complementary angle formula over here. You will get this. You don't have to write all the formulas everywhere in 1 marker question. So sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So this one's will be 1. Simple. Question number 5, the 5th question of the same set, section A, which is 1 mark. Okay, we'll see if I can make for all India 1 as well, but this is Delhi set 2. Okay, everyone, I hope so how many of us have got this question correct? Question number 5. How many of us have got this question correct? It is a simple question. You just need to figure out how many, for what value of k will you have real roots? So for real roots, you have b square minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0. b square minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0, the discriminant. Right? Most of us would have got it correct, right? It is, Rashid, it is set 2. We'll apply the formula. You will get k is less than or equal to 4 as the answer to the question, a simple question. Over here, the only trick was, the question was talking about that, the roots are reciprocal of each other. So if one root is alpha, another root is 1 upon alpha. So from here, you can see that the product of the roots will definitely be equal to 1. The product of the roots will definitely be equal to 1. Okay, Jyotirmay. So applying the same, you can figure out that the product of the roots is c by a, k by 3 is equal to 1. That implies k is equal to 3. A simple question again. The last question of this section. 6th one, which is a question on trigonometry. A very simple question again. There was a figure being given to us. AD was known to us. AB was also known to us. AD was known to us. This was given to us as 1. This was given to us as 2. So the entire length over here will be 3. Right? You can prove these two triangles to be similar. This triangle is similar to the larger one. right? These two triangles are similar. As soon as you prove these two triangles to be similar, which we have done over here, you will apply the basic theorem that the ratios of the area of the similar triangle is equal to the ratio of the corresponding sides. Apply it, you'll get the answer. Again, a simple one, right? Over here, the chances of making mistake is you may write it as 1/2 whole squared, which will be incorrect, right? That would count as a silly mistake. You will get a 0 if you would have done it. The correct answer of the question will be 9:1, right? Guys, I understand. I totally respect your sentiments. People, you might be. This was the first genuine paper which you have given for class 10th, so you might be not in a proper what should I say, proper mindset to sit and see the analysis. However, see one thing which is very important: this analysis is not just the analysis of maths; it's the analysis of a board's paper. So this is how you get the paper. This should how you represent it. This will also help you in further upcoming papers, right? Your science, your social science, your English, and all these papers. This entire strategy would actually help. So stay focused. Try to understand whatever is being told to you. How to approach a question is something which you need to understand, guys. We'll be discussing set 2 over here, not set 1. So stay focused. Section B, which were of 2 marks, 2-mark questions. 2-mark questions. Simple question. This is a question which we also covered in our YouTube. Score 90 plus, session. If you would see it, that happened probably 15 days back. We've covered one such question over there also. So we have already discussed or given all the important questions to you, either through YouTube or through live classes or through Ask and Answer or through Teacher Connect app. There are other resources for that as well, wherein Merit Nation works. So a simple thing, infinitely many solutions, A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is equal to C1 upon C2. You will apply this, you will get the value of K. This was basically, again, easy. We did a little bit difficult question in the YouTube session, 90 plus. Okay. The second one, simple question. You know what a prime number is in a die. Prime numbers are 2, 3, and 5. So 3 upon 6 will be the probability of the first one, which is 1/2. And similarly, the numbers that lie between 2 and 6 are 2, 3, and 5. So, sorry, not 2, 3, 5. The numbers are 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, 5. So it'll be 3/6 again. The answer to the second one. Right, 3/6 again. 1/2 is the answer to the second one. This was the easier one. Find the ratio in which the segment joining the point this and this divides x-axis. Simple question. You just need to apply your section formula. Over here, I hope you would have done such questions where you need to assume the ratio to be k:1. You'll assume it to be k:1. You will apply the section formula. You will get the value of k. You will replace that value of k to find out the coordinates again. So k turns out to be 3/5. You will replace it over here to get the coordinates. Simple question. Very simple question. Okay. Question number 4. Game consists of 3 coins. Achha, this question was a good question. This question was a good question because you do questions on 3 coins very rarely. So if you had have practiced questions, you would be more clear with it. However, this question was not that tough. The question is a game consisting of tossing a coin 3 times and noting the outcome each time. Getting the same result in a toss is a success. Find the probability that you lose the game. So getting the same result means what? Getting the same result in each toss implies you will get heads, heads, heads in each toss, or tail, tail, tail. Yes or no? Isn't it? You'll get HHH or TTT. Now, what? So this is a win. This is a win. So lose is what? Lose. This is 2 by. Total is 8. This is winning. Probability of success. So probability of losing the game will be 1 minus probability of success. This is also a way in which you could have done it. 6/8 will be the answer to the question. This was again a simple question. Question number 5 in section B. AP formula, a direct question, 120 more than the 21st term. So you will calculate the 21st term. 21st term will be 243. You know the arithmetic progression. You can directly calculate the 21st term. You can do this question by a different method also. But anyways, so 120 more than 21st term, you will add 120 to the 21st term. You will get this. And then you will find out the position of this term. So the position of this term is 31. The answer to this question is 31, guys. Okay, and we have uploaded the solutions of all the sets on the website. I hope so all the sets, but at least set 2's solution will be uploaded very soon. So you can check out the solutions from there as well. Okay, the second one was you need to find out the nth term, right? You need to find out the nth term when Sn was given to us. You can either go by this, finding S1, S2, and then finding the arithmetic progression corresponding to that, and then you can find out the nth term, or you can apply Tn is equal to Sn minus 1 formula, and you can directly do it. So you will write it like this: for n, this minus Sn minus 1 will be replace n by this n by n minus 1. 4 times n minus 1, replace it by this. Once you will solve, you will get 6n minus 7 as Tn. So this will be a direct way of doing this. Another way, this or this. There are different ways of doing the question. Okay, so sixth question, finding the HCF, Euclid's division algorithm. Everybody knows this is again an easy question. So since the beginning of the test, there is no difficult question so far. All the questions are kind of easy. This is also a very general question, an NCERT question. NCERT question, right? A direct question from NCERT being posted over here. You can do it. You know the algorithm very easily. You also know this bit very easily. You can attempt it, right? If I talk about section C consists of 3-mark questions. 3-mark questions. Now these 3-mark questions, there are 10 questions of 3 marks. The first question was kind of extremely simple or a general one. Look, all the questions were general ones. If you would have covered NCERT and NCERT examiner, I am 100% sure that you will be able to get 80 out of 80. 100% score. 100% score is easily achievable, at least in this particular test, if you have done decent preparation. So the average has been given to us. The value of k is being asked. You can apply the assumed mean method, and then you can find out the answer. It's a simple one. K turns out to be 28. There is a bit of calculation. That's it, right? Obviously, you can't avoid a silly mistake, Siddharth, but still, if you would have not done many silly errors, probably getting a 90% plus is something which you can expect. Second one, again, a general question. You need to find out the area of the segment of this circle, right? So you'll drop a perpendicular, you'll get this angle as 60 degree, then you will apply trigonometry. This is a very generic question, right? So you know that these two triangles are congruent, by which you can say that the angles will be 60 degree, 120 degree will be broken into 2, right? After that, you can apply your sine theta, sine 60 degree, and then based on that, you will be able to find out the value of AM. The value of AM and the radius is known, based on which you will be able to find out OM. You can also find out OM with the help of cos 60 degree. Once you know OM, once you know the base, the height, you can find out the area of the triangle very easily. Once you know the area of the triangle, you will subtract it from the area of the sector to get the area of the segment. Direct, simple question. The only thing which was important over here was the calculation. 271 centimeters squared would be the answer to this question. If you've got it, fantastic. If not, in that case, tell yourself, avoid making silly errors, please. Okay, this was again a simple question, a general question. It's a question being given in RD Sharma also. In fact, you would have tried this question many ways, many a times. We have also covered this question in our live classes. You can do this question by the method of Pythagoras theorem, or you can also apply similarity over here. So what you can do is, for this question, you can directly apply similarity between these two triangles. So you will say ACD will be similar to, I'm not proving it, but I hope everybody knows that ADC will be similar to this is X, so this will also be X, right? So that will be C. So it will be CDB, right? So this gives us AD upon CD is equal to BC upon DB is equal to AC upon CB. This is what you're going to get. You just need to cross multiply these two, you will get your answer. AD times BD is equal to what? CD squared. That's what we had to prove, right? A very simple question, a direct one, if you are taking these two triangles into account and proving them similar. The other question was somewhat like this. I have the solution. I'll show it to you. This was a average question because you need to do a lot of calculation, and the figure was also kind of tricky to make. So this is how you're going to be making the figure. You will apply Pythagoras theorem in all the triangles which you can see over here, right? All the triangles which you can see over here. After that, you will sort of add these two equations, 2 and 3 as being stated. You will get a relationship. Based on this relationship, you can prove that LHS and RHS are equal. It's a very simple question if you see the solution afterwards, at least. Okay, Srivastav, Mridul, you can contact the customer service people of Merit Nation. They'll guide you upon everything. related to the doubts which you have, that you can get lectures on the pen drive, or you can get these videos on YouTube or any other things. Everyone whosoever has any sort of query, just call the customer service people, the number of which is given on our website. So you can check it out from there. Question number 4. What was the question? In a circle, inscribed this. Again, a simple question. I would put it as average one, but this was a simple question. This entire length was 10, this entire length was 12, this entire length was 8. You know that this will be x, this will be x, this will be y, this will be y, this will be z, this will be z. So from here we can get x plus z is what? X plus z is 10. We can also get x plus y is what? X plus y is 8. We can also get z plus y is what? Z plus y is 12. We need to solve these 3 equations to get the value of x, y, and z. That's it. Add all the 3 equations. A quick way of doing it is add all the equations. You will get x plus y plus z is equal to 15. Then subtract one by one all the equations. You'll get the values of x, y, and z. Right? So these are the answers being given on screen. So you can sort of go through it once. X, Y, Z comes out to be something like this. Okay. Again, a question which we covered on the YouTube session, which I took 15 days back. We covered one such question also, wherein I also emphasized on one thing, that you need to make the units the same. Over here, the units are different. You need to make the units the same. You need to keep that thing in mind. I've already discussed in one of the YouTube sessions, so I'll not repeat this, but this is a simple question. You already know volume is equal to area times time times your speed, right? This is what the volume is. You know the speed, you know the time for which it worked, you know the area of the cross section. You will multiply, you'll get the volume, and thereafter you will be able to get whatever is asked in the question. The answer to the question is 5,62,500 meter squared, right? Okay. NCERT question. If anybody is not able to attempt this question, that implies you have not studied class 10th. You have actually wasted your time. So this is one question wherein nobody would have goofed up. I totally can rely on this. Nobody would have goofed up, right? It's a very, very simple question and direct question. And I've also told you a few important questions of NCERT in the previous YouTube sessions. If you have tried those questions, probably you would have been able to attempt. If you would have tried those NCERT questions, the important ones which I shared in the previous YouTube session, if you have at all tried that, you will be able to attempt 80% of the paper very easily. Most of the questions were similar to whatever I told you as important in NCERT in that YouTube session. Okay, anyway, so this is a general one which is already given in NCERT. Find the value of K. So sum of the zeros is half of the product. Again, sum of the zeros is, B minus B by A. So it is saying minus B by A is basically half the product. Half times C by A. You just need to put in the values of A, B, and C in the equation. You will be able to get the answer. Simple. Okay. 8th one, it says, equidistant one. This is also given in our top 100 questions. I told 25% of the paper. 25% of the paper is approximately, you may say, 10 questions were from top 100 set, which we shared on YouTube. So if you have tried this set, probably you will be able to attempt 25% very easily with full confidence. Equidistance, you just need to apply the distance formula. I hope everyone knows. So you will take a point, you will apply the distance formula, you will equate the distance, you will have your answer. The answer to this question will be 0, -2. 0, -2. Right. Line segment joining this and this, trisection point at P. Trisection means point P is over here. Then there could be one more point Q, 1:1:1 ratio. So point P will be dividing the entire line segment in a ratio of 1:2. So that is called as point of trisection. So basically, you need to apply section formula over here to get down to the answer, right? Okay. So this is also a sort of simple question. The answer to the question is -8. Question number 9 on this. This was kind of average, I would say, because people tend to do some silly errors in the age questions based on ages, right? But this is not that tough. It is a direct question. It will give you one equation in this way. If you have assumed the father's age to be X and the 2 children. This is a tricky bit which they have introduced. You would have not done many questions based on 2 children, your ages. So over here, you will assume those ages as Y and Z. Though that will not make any difference. You can assume that age as the sum of the age as S also. Could have assumed it as S also. So the only difference that will make is that over here, when 5 years hence, the question is talking about 5 years later in future, so you need to add 5 to both of them. If anybody has added just one 5, x plus y or y plus z plus 5, that will be incorrect. That will give you an incorrect result. So you'll solve it, you will get your answer very easily. The answer to this question was 45. So the present age of the father is 45 years, right? The second one, the or one, was in fact simpler than the first one because this is a general question which everybody would have done. The fraction one. So I hope you already know about this question very easily. The answer to this question was 7/15 if you have attempted this question. The last question of the section is this: prove this is equal to this. Again, a simple question. You just need to convert sign, or you just need to open up the formula. A square, B square. Once you're going to open up the formula, everything will get cancelled out eventually after applying the formulas, and you will be able to prove it very easily. Very simple question. You should have attempted the first one rather than the or one. Or one is a little bit time consuming. My 40 marks is correct. Can I get more? Means will they give 50 marks, 5 or 10 marks extra? Look, if you have just done 40 marks correct, probably you will get 40 marks correct only. You will get 40 marks only. But if you have at least showed few steps in the questions over here in CBSE, they do step marking, so you will be able to get some score from there as well, Prathamesh. Okay, in the second one, the only thing is, or the good thing is, to convert everything into sine and cos, apply the formulas, you will be able to prove it very easily. Last section, I'm solving set 2, Prachi, of Delhi. Okay, last section, section D, that consists of 4 marks of each question, 4 marks on each question. The first question was a direct question on trigonometric proof. A simple way to do it by just converting. See, the length of the solution is not that much. So it's a direct question. You just need to convert it into sine and cos, apply the formulas. You will be able to get down to the answer quickly. Second question was also, this was easy one. These 2 questions were kind of easy questions because over here you just need to apply the formula, direct formula. N by 2 into A plus L is 903. You will be able to get the value of the number of terms. Once you know the number of terms, you can find out the common difference with the help of 83 and 3, right? The common difference can be easily figured out. The common difference will be 4 and the number of terms will be 21. The third question, construction question. This is a question you would have done in your NCERT many a times. In fact, the ratio was 3/4, which was in fact simpler. People face challenge in 4/3. This is also a question that was there in top 100 set. At least if you have at least seen our YouTube videos only, you would have been able to score 70 to 80% of marks. Definitely, if you have only seen the YouTube videos and focused on those type of questions. Construction question, an easy question. Okay. Okay, this is again a simple question. Both the questions are simple. These were the questions on your, what should I say, your heights and distances. Very simple questions, general questions. I'll directly tell you the answers. The answer to the first question over here was 57.8 meters. If you remember, you can cross-verify. You can get the solution on our website. You can check it out from there. And the second one, the OR one, is 20√3 and 20 meters and 60 meters respectively. So these are the answers to this. It's a simple question and it's a simple solution. So just a moment, I'll wait a second by just 5 minutes so that I will be able to complete it quickly. So guys, we stay focused. So 2 tap waters. This was a good question. Though it was a simple question, however, it was good. Why was it good? Because over here you need to apply something which you have already covered in, or you've been studying since class 8, so 8th, 9th, 10th. These are questions wherein people tend to face some difficulty. So over here, if I assume that first tap water, takes X hours, then the second takes 2 hours less. So you will say it will fill in 1 hour. It will fill 1 upon X part of the tank. The second pipe will fill 1 upon X minus 2. The total time taken is this, which is 15/8. So that implies 8/15th part of the tank will be filled in this much in 1 hour, right? Unitary method, one work and stuff. So you'll get the equation relatively. This plus this is equal to 8 by 15. You will solve it. You'll get the value of x. The only important part over here is you need to neglect this 3 by 4 because 3 by 4 minus 2 will be a negative bit. So this is not possible. The only possible value is 5 and 3. That's the answer to the question. The second one was simple. This was the simplest boat stream question. You can check it out in the solution. It's a simple bit, right? The answer to this boat stream one is total case 13. So the answer to the question is, it's a lengthy question. You can check it out. So 3 km/h is the speed of the stream. That's what you're going to be doing, right? Yeah, it's an example of a question. Okay, this is again a general question. You need to figure out the missing frequencies. I hope all of us know how to find out the missing frequencies. You will create the table of cumulative frequencies, and then you will apply the formula of the median, right? I hope everyone knows about it. So cumulative frequency, you will apply the formula of the median. You all know what the formula is precisely, and then you will be able to get down to the answer very quickly. Right, I'll tell you the answer. F1 turns out to be 3. This is the answer to the first question, or the first question's first part. F1 and F2 turns out to be 6. 3 and 6 are the answers to the question. The second one was again on the same lines. It was based on ogive. So you need to plot in the coordinates over there. And do remember that you had to plot the coordinates with the cumulative frequency one. The answer to this question came out to be 28. This is how you're going to be getting the graph. It will be an increasing graph, right? Proof questions, direct NCERT. You are very lucky to get this question. It appears many a times, but from last 2-3 years, this was not coming. So this is one question which you have seen. And I have also emphasized on this question many a times on our YouTube sessions as well. The last question over here, sorry, second last question. No. Just lengthy calculation. Concept was lengthy calculation on your frustum. On your frustum, you can sort of do it very easily on your frustum. This is the only lengthy part of it. So 216.32 will be the answer to the question. You need to do a lot of calculations and manipulations over here. That's it. However, the question was simple. The concept was simple. The calculations were a little bit lengthy. That's it. Okay, this is the last question which I had with me on board. So all in all, I would rate that the paper is, in terms of difficulty level, it was very less. It was sort of 6.5 out of 10 in terms of the difficulty level. In terms of the marks which you can achieve is 10 out of 10. You can achieve 100% marks over here. In fact, an average guy will at least be able to score 80% marks in this test. So that's all what we had for the day, guys. I hope all the answers were correct if you have done them correctly. And most of us are getting good scores over here. Now stay focused and do the preparation of your next subject. Right. Till then, take care. Have fun. Good night, guys. See you in the other session. Till then, enjoy. And good luck for your upcoming papers.